So in today's lesson, I'm going to show you a great strategy you can start applying into learning arpeggios or actually anything on the guitar that will give you immense freedom when it comes to being able to transition through changes and improvisation. The thing is that when guitar players, mostly beginners, intermediate, when they learn arpeggios, they learn this arpeggio over here maybe, or this chord over here, this scale over here, then another one over here. When it's time to connect the elements, there's no creativity going on. It's just like trying to survive the changes, right? Moving from one I know this over here to another I know this over there. So what I want to show you is an exercise that you can do with any song tune you learn. For now, we're just going to take major 7 arpeggios. And what we're going to do is we're going to limit ourselves to one position. The reason is because in one position, we have all the notes we need. All the 12 notes of a chromatic scale, right? So first of all, see if you can play all those 12 notes. Recognize that you have everything you need, right? Any scale, any melody ever played, of course register-wise, no, but you have everything you need. So our first arpeggio is going to be E major 7. And the first thing I'm going to recognize is that I have the third of that E major 7 G sharp over here. And then I can locate the 5. So G sharp, then I have B, then I have major 7 of that chord. I can locate that because I can see that's a half step below my root. And already I'm starting to form here an arpeggio, E major 7 arpeggio. Third, fifth, again major 7 into root. And whatever happens on this low E string obviously can happen on this high E string, and already I have my first arpeggio. So now we're gonna stick to major 7 arpeggios, and the next thing I'm gonna look for is D flat major 7, which is a minor third below. Now this progression is inspired by Joe Henderson's Inner Urge tune. The B section there, those are kind of the chords. But that's not what the video is about, right? So then we have the 5th of D flat, the major 7, the root. I can recognize now, take a second to recognize how a major 7 to a root looks like on both these strings, right? We're also learning to visualize how intervals look by practicing these exercises. 5 major 7 root, third, 5 major 7 root, third, 5 major 7. So now I have 2 arpeggios. I have E major 7 and D flat major 7, which I'm gonna come back. It's great because I'm connecting the way I can see both arpeggios by changing directions, right? Maybe we can go E major 7 down, coming down, but then coming up D flat major 7. Really working on my mobility and independency with these arpeggios, connecting them, right? Then if I want to go into D major 7, I can recognize the 5th over here of D. Major 7, again it's a half step below the root, into D, the root. Third, 5th, major 7, root, third, 5th. And now I have this arpeggio. So far we have E major 7, D flat, D. And now what we're going to play is B major 7. Again, our progression is we're playing a major 7 chord, down a minor third, up a minor second, and now we're in B. That's down a minor third again. So B major 7, same position. I can recognize over here this A sharp is my major 7, up a half step, that's my root, third, 5th, major 7, root, third, 5th, major 7, root, and here's my arpeggio. Then I can come back, just like our sequence, down a minor third, up a half step, down a minor third, up a half step, just like in the Joe Henderson Inner Urge tune. So now we're in C major 7, I can see my major 7 over here. I can go over here, so I'm kind of like in between positions, but it's still working over here. My root, C, E is my third, fifth, major 7, root, third, fifth, major 7, and here's my C major 7. Right, then if I want to go to A major 7, it's right there. Major 7 root, third, fifth, major 7 root, third, fifth, major 7 root. And let's end it over there. So far we have E major 7. Let's come back in D flat major 7. D major 7. Coming back in B major 7. Up in C major 7. Back in A major 7. So now I'm gonna play that in time. By doing that, I can see that I can always see the connecting areas of those arpeggios and moving between arpeggios independently. So that kind of prepares me into the next thing, which is being able to apply rhythms and small scale movements to start improvising. So for example, I can take this E major 7 and I can create a melody maybe like right, maybe the next arpeggio D flat major 7, I can create another melody, maybe using some chromatics in between those arpeggio notes. And some neighbor tones, so I can see my arpeggio, but I'm using some notes to circle that arpeggio and dance around it. Then I have D major 7. Again, I can use all kinds of maybe string skipping or some movements in between the arpeggios, maybe the scale associated. If I feel like it, I'll go out of the position every once in a while, but the main thing I'm thinking about is a theme, a storyline, a motive, a rhythm that I can develop without needing to move too far from that position. So my position is the base area of the improvisation. So I'm going to try and do that right now. I'm going to record a loop of those chords and then I'm going to try and develop some simple ideas and let's see what happens. Of course, to be very creative with these stuff and not just think about these shapes, you gotta completely disconnect from thinking, which means you just need to go and tap into your melodic impulses and think only about rhythm and about motives and about stories and question and answer that is going on, different balances that are happening that it's hard to describe and teach. You learn these stuff by experimenting and listening a lot to music and listening a lot to your favorite solo players and really trying to digest their intentions. But when it comes to voice leading arpeggios in one position, I feel that that's something that really unleashed my creativity as an improviser. And learning all the fundamentals, exactly like you can learn in the system that I've developed on my Galactic Modern Guitar program, will make sure that you master the fundamentals, acquire the language, and unleash your creativity. Because that gives you a step-by-step 25 module system going through the most basic stuff like triads, voice leading them without leaving anything behind, all the way to advanced melodic techniques, melodic minor, modern jazz techniques, and so much more. And with all the beautiful comments and emails I've been getting about this comprehensive course, I'm really happy to share that with you. So make sure to check it out. The link is in the description of this video. And of course, everything we talked about today also applies to applying that on diatonic harmony and on standard tunes and standard progressions. And that's exactly why I created this video over here, which shows you how to implement this arpeggio mindset over a popular standard jazz tune. So make sure to check it out right over here.